Feed your mind. Read. Plan. Visualize. Meditate. Build mental edges. Separate reaction from control. This is not optional. The mind follows the morning. You have a choice. Engage deliberately. Execute consistently. Avoid distractions. Phones. Emails. Social media. They rob your morning of potential. They scatter focus. They weaken intent. You don't need validation. You don't need approval. You need results. Protect your time fiercely. Small wins compound. Brush your teeth with purpose. Make your bed intentionally. Hydrate. Eat well. Plan one critical task. Complete it. By the time the world demands attention, you've already won battles. You have a choice. Notice the difference. Early risers dictate the day. Late risers drift. One group is intentional. The other reactive. Your morning determines output. Your choices amplify life. Consistency matters. You don't rise early once. You rise daily. You don't act sporadically. You act relentlessly. Habits compound. Strength grows. Momentum builds. Discomfort is normal. The bed is warm. Your instincts say stay. Fight them. Discomfort signals growth. Action in resistance builds character. Courage is forged in early hours. Reflect, but don't linger. Plan, but don't overthink. Execute. Results are proof. Every second you delay is lost. Every moment you rise with intent is power. Preparation is key. Anticipate challenges. Align priorities. Remove obstacles before they appear. The quiet is full of potential. You have a choice. By mid-morning, the world demands focus. Meetings. Emails. Requests. If you surrendered the first hour, you're reactive. If you seized it, you're proactive. Control the start. Control the end. Every successful habit starts here. Wake. Own your morning. Refuse comfort. Every sunrise is a chance. Set tone. Build energy. Execute. Your life reflects these choices. End the morning strong. The rest of the day bends to your will. Decisions become easier. Tasks approached with clarity. Interactions energized. Momentum compounds. Master the morning. Master the day. Master your life. You have a choice. Chapter 3. Harness daily momentum. Momentum is invisible, but its effects are undeniable. Once built, it propels you forward. Once lost, you struggle to recover. You have a choice. Every action feeds the next. Every decision compounds. Your morning sets the foundation. Now, the challenge is to sustain it. Momentum must move beyond the first hour. Discipline is energy multiplied. It is not about luck, motivation, or inspiration. It is about consistency. High performers do not rely on fleeting feelings. They act. They persist. They advance. You do not wait to feel ready. You act anyway. The brain resists effort naturally. It seeks shortcuts, comfort, and delay. Momentum overrides resistance. Once a task starts, the energy to continue appears. You must initiate action. You must follow through. Prioritize relentlessly. Not all tasks are equal. Not all opportunities deserve attention. Identify high-leverage actions. Do them first. Small victories early in the day create a cascade of energy. Your mind perceives progress. Your confidence rises. Energy management is critical. Your physical state drives focus and clarity. Nutrition, hydration, and movement are not optional. They amplify output. They prevent burnout. Without energy, momentum stalls. You have a choice to fuel yourself intentionally. Break the day into blocks. Deep work demands undistracted focus. Batch similar tasks together. Reserve time for decision-making when mental clarity is high. The rest can be delegated or delayed. Structure protects your momentum from chaos. Resist distraction aggressively. Social media, emails, and irrelevant notifications fracture attention. Set boundaries. Set alarms. Inform others if necessary. Your time is non-negotiable. Momentum thrives in uninterrupted focus. Micro-wins matter. Completing small tasks reinforces action. Every checkmark strengthens belief in your abilities. Momentum is psychological as much as physical. Confidence builds on achievement, no matter how small. Rest strategically. Momentum is not mindless speed. It is calculated, continuous movement. Short breaks rejuvenate energy. Refocus your attention. Avoid fatigue-induced mistakes. Control your pace without surrendering forward motion. Monitor progress consistently. Review tasks at midday. Adjust plans as needed. Flexibility preserves momentum. Rigid adherence without awareness risks collapse. Momentum is energy plus intelligence. You have a choice to stay adaptive. Emotions are signals, not commands. Stress may spike. Anxiety may creep in. Recognize the feeling. Label it. Do not react impulsively. Respond deliberately. Momentum grows when action is intentional. Collaboration can amplify or drain momentum. Choose associates wisely. Work with people who match your pace and focus. Avoid those who disrupt flow. Momentum spreads through alignment and mutual energy. Celebrate progress silently. Acknowledgement motivates internally. External validation is unnecessary. The quiet recognition of achievement fuels confidence. Momentum becomes self-sustaining when energy is internalized. Even setbacks become momentum if framed correctly. A delay, a rejection, a mistake. Observe, learn, adapt. Do not pause out of frustration. Do not surrender to emotion. Use the experience to propel forward. Decision-making accelerates momentum. Indecision stalls energy. Prioritize clarity over perfection. Choose a direction. Act decisively. Refinement follows action. Motion produces insight. Every repeated success compounds. A small victory leads to another. Consistency creates an unstoppable chain reaction. Momentum becomes invisible infrastructure. You carry it into meetings, tasks, and creative work. You carry it into life. Accountability strengthens momentum. Set measurable targets. Track results. Review outcomes daily. Self-monitoring fuels sustained performance. You have a choice to own your growth. The world rarely rewards effort in isolation. It rewards results compounded over time. Momentum is the bridge between effort and achievement. Without it, work dissipates. With it, even minimal input produces maximum output. Sustain your energy. Guard focus relentlessly. Protect your time. Leverage early wins. Stay adaptive. Reflect without pausing progress. Momentum is continuous motion with intention. Remember, action begets action. Decision begets decision. Energy begets energy. You have a choice to keep moving. Momentum, once built, must be fed deliberately. Neglect it, and it evaporates. By mastering daily momentum, you achieve more than tasks. You achieve control over your day. Control over your energy. Control over your outcomes. High performers do not stumble. They glide, powered by a chain of deliberate motion. End the day reflecting briefly. Review progress. Plan tomorrow's first actions. Momentum carries into the next day. It compounds endlessly if maintained consistently. You have a choice. Harness energy. Sustain focus. Multiply results. Momentum is earned, preserved, and expanded. Chapter 4. Build unstoppable momentum for life. Momentum is not a daily task. It is a lifestyle. It does not stop at the end of the workday. It carries across weeks, months, and years. You have a choice. Long-term momentum requires vision. A clear target aligns daily actions. Without direction, energy disperses. Routines create continuity. Habits compound over time. Small, Consistent behaviors produce exponential results. Waking early, planning the day, prioritizing high-impact work, these actions multiply power silently. Momentum grows quietly in repetition. You do not need applause to keep moving. Resilience fuels sustained progress. Setbacks will arrive. Obstacles will block your path. Momentum turns resistance into acceleration. Each failure becomes data. Each challenge becomes opportunity. You must act regardless of mood, circumstance, or doubt. Energy management extends beyond today. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, they preserve stamina. Mental clarity is non-negotiable. Decisions compound when the mind is sharp. Neglect energy, and progress stalls. Protect physical and mental resources strategically. Microgoals maintain consistency. Break long-term objectives into achievable steps. Progress must be visible. Momentum thrives when success is tracked and tangible. Daily wins reinforce confidence and sustain forward motion. Time is a weapon. Guard it ruthlessly. Schedule tasks in blocks. Remove distractions. Focus multiplies output. Your actions become unstoppable when the day is structured intentionally. Reflect often. Analyze outcomes without judgment. Adjust strategies quickly. Momentum requires awareness. Blind persistence without review leads to stagnation. High performers evolve continuously. You have a choice to refine while moving forward. External pressures will try to derail you. Opinions, criticism, and unexpected challenges test consistency. Ignore distractions. Protect your rhythm. Momentum survives under pressure when boundaries are firm. Accountability multiplies results. Track actions. Review performance regularly. Share progress with trusted allies. Responsibility drives persistence. Unseen effort accumulates into visible mastery. Decision-making accelerates results. Indecision fragments energy. Commit quickly to a course of action. Refinement follows execution, not hesitation. Momentum rewards decisive behavior. Momentum compounds across disciplines. Skills learned in one area strengthen another. Habits in personal life reinforce productivity at work. Health habits influence energy for creative output. Consistent motion builds cross-functional advantage. You have a choice to leverage momentum holistically. Celebrate strategically. Recognition is optional. Internal acknowledgement sustains morale. Public praise is unnecessary. Internal satisfaction drives continued action more than external validation. Momentum survives challenges when emotions are mastered. Frustration, fear, and anxiety are signals, not directives. Label feelings, observe them, and redirect energy toward action. Daily progress is powered by controlled emotional responses. Leverage the power of compounding. Small wins today create large advantages tomorrow. Repetition solidifies skill. Effort repeated consistently produces results beyond effort alone. Momentum is invisible infrastructure supporting extraordinary outcomes. Avoid burnout by pacing effort intelligently. Continuous motion is not reckless speed. Plan recovery. Recharge strategically. Sustain forward motion without sacrificing long-term capacity. Collaborate selectively. The energy of others can enhance or hinder your momentum. Align with people who mirror your dedication and intensity. Avoid distractions and drains. Momentum grows faster in cooperative, focused environments. Long-term momentum requires flexibility. Adapt strategies as circumstances evolve. Stubborn adherence to outdated methods stalls growth. Observe trends, adjust actions, and maintain forward velocity. Momentum is energy plus adaptability. Time-bound evaluation is critical. Set weekly, monthly, and quarterly milestones. Review progress rigorously. Adjust habits and priorities based on results. Momentum becomes unstoppable when aligned with measurable objectives. Even failures feed momentum if reframed. Learn, adjust, continue. Do not pause in frustration. Do not surrender to temporary setbacks. Every experience becomes fuel for sustained motion. Mental toughness amplifies momentum. Discipline in the absence of external validation produces consistent growth. Resist excuses. Reject delay. Act regardless of fear or uncertainty. Your long-term outcomes reflect accumulated momentum. Daily choices, repeated relentlessly, define the trajectory of life. You have a choice to act or stagnate. High performers do not drift, they direct. They transform small, repeated actions into irreversible progress. Protect your habits rigorously. Momentum is fragile in its early stages. Neglecting discipline for convenience erodes gains quickly. Guard routines, defend time, and sustain energy. Visualize success consistently. A clear mental image accelerates action. Momentum responds to intention as much as to effort. Know where you are headed. Move with clarity. Every step compounds into measurable advantage. End the day reflecting briefly. Review achievements. Plan tomorrow's first actions. Momentum flows from preparation into execution seamlessly. Action today shapes tomorrow's results. Momentum is unstoppable when cultivated deliberately. It is maintained through vision, consistency, energy management, and resilience. Each day is an opportunity to extend influence, build capacity, and achieve mastery. You have a choice to carry motion forward. Chapter 5. Turn daily wins into lifelong impact. Every action you take matters. Every decision, repeated consistently, defines the person you become. You have a choice. Daily wins are the building blocks of legacy. Small victories compound over months and years. Ignored opportunities today become regrets tomorrow. Momentum without direction produces motion, not progress. Alignment between daily actions and long-term goals transforms effort into influence. Your focus must remain on outcomes, not recognition. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Grand efforts once in a while do not create mastery. Repeated, disciplined effort generates irreversible results. You do not need approval to continue. Your work defines your influence, not their opinion. Record your victories. Track achievements, no matter how small. Reflection builds awareness. It identifies patterns of success and highlights areas to improve. Measurement fuels momentum. Discipline fuels daily wins. You cannot rely on motivation alone. Motivation is fleeting. Action, repeated daily, becomes habit. Habit becomes identity. Your identity dictates the scale of your accomplishments. Leverage compounding in all areas of life. Skills learned incrementally become expertise. Relationships strengthened consistently build trust and authority. Health routines repeated daily create resilience. Momentum compounds across disciplines when effort is steady and deliberate. Decisions shape legacy. Indecision drains energy. Procrastination erodes opportunity. Commit quickly. Execute consistently. Adjust as needed. Clarity and speed in decision-making multiply results over time. Failures are stepping stones. Every mistake carries a lesson. Analyze outcomes, extract insight, and move forward decisively. Temporary setbacks do not define long-term achievement. Your response determines the ultimate trajectory. Emotional control amplifies daily wins. Frustration, fear, and doubt are natural. They are signals, not commands. Label emotions, observe them, and redirect energy into productive action. Your state determines the quality of results. Time is your most valuable asset. Protect it rigorously. Avoid unnecessary commitments and distractions. Prioritize high-impact activities that align with your long-term vision. Momentum and daily wins flourish in structured schedules. Reflection strengthens learning. Every evening, review what worked and what failed. Adjust tomorrow's actions accordingly. Momentum is maintained when insight informs execution. Intention without reflection leads to stagnation. Build rituals that reinforce consistency. Morning routines, planning sessions, exercise, skill practice, they all anchor momentum. Rituals reduce decision fatigue and conserve energy for meaningful action. Daily wins become automatic when supported by structured habits. Leverage relationships strategically. Surround yourself with disciplined, motivated, and accountable individuals. Their energy amplifies your momentum. Conversely, distractions and negative influences erode daily progress. Celebrate privately, not publicly. Acknowledgement fuels perseverance internally. External praise is optional and often distracting. Internal recognition is sustainable and aligns with long-term results. Learning is continuous. Each action should be paired with observation and adaptation. Knowledge without execution is wasted potential. Action without reflection is blind motion. Combine both to multiply impact. Energy management ensures sustainability. Nutrition, sleep, and physical activity maintain performance levels. Mental clarity allows focus and strategic action. Fatigue and neglect compromise consistency. Guard your resources diligently. Momentum accelerates when small wins compound. Achieve one task fully, then move to the next. Completion creates confidence. Confidence reinforces future action. Success is built incrementally, not suddenly. Influence grows quietly. Your work and results speak louder than words. Visible accomplishments are byproducts of sustained action. Ego and desire for recognition dilute focus. True mastery is silent and persistent. Visualization sharpens execution. Picture desired outcomes clearly. Intention guides action. Momentum follows clarity of purpose. Your mind becomes the map for consistent achievement. Decision-making speed matters. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Act decisively within imperfect circumstances. Adjust as necessary, but never stall. Action creates feedback loops that refine skill and increase results. Habits define trajectory. Establish routines that reinforce growth. Habits reduce reliance on willpower. They make success predictable. Your future is constructed through repeated choices today. Adaptation ensures longevity. External conditions change. Goals evolve. Adjust methods while maintaining core principles. Flexibility preserves momentum and sustains daily wins over decades. Accountability magnifies outcomes. Track commitments to yourself. Measure progress regularly. Sharing results with mentors or peers strengthens commitment. Accountability converts effort into tangible achievement. Consistency creates inevitability. Daily victories accumulate into authority, mastery, and freedom. Success is the sum of choices executed relentlessly. You do not need validation to continue. Your persistence generates results unseen but undeniable. Even in adversity, action preserves momentum. Challenges will test patience and resilience. Respond with measured, deliberate effort. Your response defines the scale of your achievement, not circumstances. Legacy is created incrementally. Each day, each task, each choice compounds over years. Unseen discipline produces visible influence. Daily wins, repeated with precision, accumulate into lasting power. Embrace the grind without expectation. Victory is not immediate. Results are delayed, but consistent action ensures eventual dominance. Your commitment today shapes the life you live tomorrow. End the day with reflection. Acknowledge victories. Adjust strategy. Plan the first steps of tomorrow. Sustain momentum from one day to the next. Daily wins are not trivial. They define the arc of your life. Consistency, discipline, and reflection convert effort into legacy. You have a choice to build momentum, extend influence, and create impact that outlasts circumstances. Chapter 6. Sustain performance when the world pushes back. Pressure is inevitable. Challenges are constant. You have a choice in how you respond. The world will test your focus. External forces will attempt to derail your routine. Distractions, criticism, and unexpected setbacks are part of the system. Sustained performance requires mental resilience. Your mindset dictates your output. You cannot control circumstances, but you can control your response. Momentum is fragile under stress. It can be destroyed by hesitation, fear, or anger. Guard your rhythm. Protect your actions. Discipline is your armor. Consistency in behavior creates reliability. Repetition of core practices maintains energy and clarity. Habits performed under pressure separate high performers from the rest. Expect resistance. Plan for it. Anticipate obstacles before they appear. Preparation reduces panic. It converts chaos into manageable tasks. Emotion must be managed. Fear, frustration, and doubt are natural reactions. They are signals, not commands. Label them. Observe them. Redirect energy toward action. Focus on controllables. You cannot influence everything. You can influence your work, your attitude, and your response. Maximize control where it matters most. Physical endurance supports mental performance. Energy management under stress ensures clarity. Nutrition, movement, and rest maintain resilience. Neglecting the body compromises decision-making under pressure. Small wins compound under adversity. Complete manageable tasks first. Confidence grows with each completed step. Momentum accelerates when action continues despite discomfort. Eliminate unnecessary noise. Social media, gossip, and trivial obligations drain focus. Protect your time vigilantly. Energy is limited. Direct it where it produces results. Adaptation is essential. Situations change. Rigid thinking creates failure. Flexibility combined with discipline preserves performance. Prioritize ruthlessly. Not every task is equally valuable. Identify the highest impact actions. Focus relentlessly. Ignore the distractions. Accountability remains critical. Track your commitments under pressure. Evaluate performance honestly. Adjust without delay. Pressure magnifies gaps in preparation. Address them immediately. Leadership begins with self-control. Calm, measured behavior influences those around you. Panic is contagious. Discipline creates stability. Decisions under duress define outcomes. Hesitation amplifies problems. Confidence does not require certainty, it requires action. Act decisively. Adjust quickly. Maintain forward momentum. Mindset repetition matters. Internal dialogue shapes external results. Replace self-doubt with affirmation of skill and preparation. Consistency in thought reinforces consistency in action. Boundaries preserve performance. Say no to distractions. Reject low-value obligations. Protect your schedule and mental energy. Reflection strengthens resilience. Assess what worked. Identify areas to improve. Learn and iterate. Pressure becomes a training ground for mastery. Success is quiet under resistance. Public recognition is irrelevant. Consistent action under stress builds results that cannot be ignored. External validation is optional. Internal mastery is required. Visualize outcomes under pressure. See yourself executing flawlessly despite challenges. Mental rehearsal strengthens performance in reality. Confidence is built before action occurs. Persistence outlasts resistance. Obstacles will appear repeatedly. Determination must outlast them. Momentum under pressure separates achievers from spectators. Energy cycles matter. Work in bursts when focus is high. Rest strategically to recover clarity and strength. Efficiency under strain multiplies results. Celebrate internal victories. Acknowledge resilience privately. External applause is unnecessary. Your persistence defines value more than recognition ever could. Leverage allies wisely. Supportive, disciplined peers enhance focus and provide accountability. Avoid negative influences that drain momentum. Sustained performance requires repetition. Daily practices must continue regardless of external pressure. Rituals anchor behavior when chaos appears. Discipline ensures continuity. Failure is a teacher, not a dictator. Mistakes will occur under stress. Analyze swiftly. Correct efficiently. Move forward without hesitation. Embrace discomfort as a sign of growth. Stress reveals weaknesses. Pressure exposes gaps in preparation. Use adversity to strengthen habits, sharpen focus, and fortify momentum. Sustain your vision. Long-term goals anchor short-term effort. Adversity is temporary. Results are lasting. Your trajectory depends on your ability to persist when circumstances fight against you. Even when exhaustion sets in, continue with structure. Routine converts effort into habit. Habit converts habit into identity. Identity drives results. Remember, the world does not pause. Opportunities pass quickly. Resistance is part of the natural order. Your ability to sustain performance determines whether you win or fall behind. Daily wins are amplified under pressure. Every completed task under strain increases confidence. Every small victory under resistance compounds momentum. Persistence under challenge is proof of character. End the day with review and planning. Assess performance. Identify stress points. Plan mitigation strategies for tomorrow. Preparation maintains continuity. Sustaining performance is a lifelong skill. It requires discipline, focus, and resilience. You do not need motivation. You need structure. You do not need validation. You need consistency. You do not need perfection. You need persistence. Chapter 7. Lead through action, not words. Leadership begins with self-mastery. You cannot guide others if you cannot control yourself. Influence flows from consistency, courage, and demonstration. People watch more than they listen. Actions are measured, evaluated, and remembered. Words without follow-through are meaningless. Take responsibility before assigning it to others. Step into challenges first. Be visible in effort and silent in ego. Set standards by behavior, not instruction. Excellence becomes contagious when it is modeled. Teams emulate the habits of their leaders. Discipline inspires trust. Results inspire loyalty. Decisions must be decisive. Hesitation creates doubt. Certainty inspires confidence. Even when stakes are high, act deliberately and visibly. Communication is enhanced by action. You do not need to preach. Results speak for themselves. Consistency communicates values more effectively than speeches. Accountability is non-negotiable. Hold yourself to the same expectations you demand from others. Mistakes are opportunities for improvement, not excuses. Transparency strengthens credibility. Lead under pressure. Visibility during crisis defines authority. When others panic, maintain clarity. Your calm presence sets the tone for the group. Empower others through example. Demonstrate resilience, focus, and preparation. Encourage responsibility without micromanaging. Trust grows when actions align with words. Eliminate excuses publicly and privately. Excuses undermine confidence. High performers replace explanations with solutions. Problem-solving becomes the benchmark for leadership. Consistency trumps charisma. You do not need charm to influence results. Reliable habits, repeated under varying circumstances, command respect. Anticipate challenges before delegating. Preparation reduces dependency on direction. Teams function more effectively when leaders plan ahead. Structure enhances efficiency. Vision must be clear and actionable. Ambiguity creates confusion. Concrete steps create momentum. Shared objectives become unifying forces. Observe, assess, and adapt. Situations change constantly. Rigid expectations break teams. Flexibility with boundaries strengthens control. Measure progress relentlessly. Track results, behaviors, and engagement. Provide feedback grounded in action. Praise should reinforce execution, not intent. Lead without seeking approval. External validation is irrelevant. Influence grows from competence and integrity. Leaders do not require applause to continue acting. Courage is contagious. Your willingness to take calculated risks emboldens others. Fear in leaders spreads hesitation. Confidence rooted in preparation encourages execution. Maintain personal standards under scrutiny. Your behavior sets benchmarks for acceptable conduct. Do not compromise ethics, discipline, or effort for convenience. Integrity solidifies authority. Lead in silence when appropriate. Not every decision requires explanation. Observation and consistent execution often convey more than speeches ever could. Build resilience collectively. Teach your team to manage pressure. Create rituals and habits that persist under stress. Shared practices amplify performance. Accountability extends downward and upward. Demand standards from yourself and others. Assess performance honestly. Adjust systems rather than blaming individuals. Focus on impact, not recognition. Your influence is measured by results. Decisions, execution, and follow-through create credibility. Perception without action is irrelevant. Mentorship emerges naturally from consistency. Your actions educate more than any lecture. Model behavior, explain strategy only when necessary, and let outcomes serve as the ultimate lesson. Lead strategically, not emotionally. Emotional decisions disrupt momentum. Calm, structured leadership encourages engagement. Predictable, principled behavior fosters trust. Inspire autonomy. Effective leaders build independent problem solvers. Train others to act decisively. Dependence on instructions weakens organizational strength. Lead through challenges. Your response to adversity defines culture. Exhibit resilience, courage, and discipline. The team mirrors the leader's mindset. Action is always louder than intention. Plan, execute, evaluate, and iterate. Words without follow-through produce noise. Consistency produces results. Endurance and persistence are contagious. Sustained effort in the face of setbacks motivates others to match the pace. Leadership is measured by how well people follow when the path is difficult. Final measure: influence is earned silently. Command respect with results. Demonstrate capability with performance. Speak minimally, act maximally. Chapter 8. Dominate your day through focused execution. Time is the ultimate resource. You cannot buy it. You cannot recover it. Focus is the multiplier of effort. Scattered attention produces minimal results. Targeted action produces extraordinary outcomes. Begin with clarity. Define your priorities before the day begins. Know which tasks yield the highest return. Eliminate everything else that distracts or dilutes energy. Every action must serve a purpose. Avoid the trap of busyness. Activity does not equal progress. Results are the only metric that matters. Morning routines set the rhythm. Your first hours dictate momentum. Plan intentionally, act decisively, and review outcomes continuously. Momentum compounds when focus is maintained. Discipline is non-negotiable. Resist impulses that divert attention. Notifications, interruptions, and shallow work are energy drains. Guard your time as fiercely as your most valuable possession. Break work into focused blocks. Dedicated time yields deep output. Multitasking fragments efficiency. Concentration amplifies intelligence, creativity, and execution. Set boundaries externally and internally. Communicate expectations to others. Protect periods of uninterrupted work. Internal resistance is overcome by structure, not willpower alone. Decide before acting. Clarity precedes speed. Plan strategically. Execute decisively. Reactive behavior is wasted effort. Prioritize ruthlessly. Not all tasks deserve equal energy. Identify the 20% that produce 80% of results. Ignore trivial matters until high-value work is complete. Batch similar tasks. Reduce transition costs between activities. Group decisions, emails, or creative work to maintain intensity. Structure eliminates wasted cognitive energy. Review, adjust, and refine. Execution is iterative. Measure progress against objectives. Improve continuously through reflection and adaptation. Energy management is critical. Focus wanes when physical and mental resources are depleted. Strategically schedule demanding tasks during peak energy periods. Reserve low-focus periods for routine or administrative work. Breaks are tools, not indulgences. Short pauses restore concentration. Deliberate rest enhances productivity and decision-making. Use downtime to recharge, not escape. Leverage systems for efficiency. Templates, checklists, and automation reduce repetitive strain. Structure your workflow to maximize output. Systems amplify human effort. Eliminate perfectionism. Done is better than perfect when momentum is the goal. High-quality execution grows with repetition, not endless tinkering. Progress compounds faster than refinement. Interruptions are controllable. Screen distractions, set expectations, and maintain focus. Protect your time fiercely. Boundaries are your most valuable asset in a distracted world. Decision fatigue is real. Simplify choices to conserve mental energy. Routine, preparation, and prioritization reduce cognitive load. Execute important work when the mind is sharpest. Leverage accountability. Share goals with trusted individuals. External pressure reinforces focus and completion. Commitment is strengthened when tracked and reported. Action must follow planning. Without execution, ideas are worthless. Movement validates strategy. Implementation creates momentum. Urgency drives performance. Treat each task as non-negotiable. Delay erodes motivation and allows distractions to take root. Controlled intensity produces consistent results. Measure outcomes, not effort. Activity without result is wasted energy. Track completion, impact, and alignment with priorities. High performers optimize continuously. Reflection fuels improvement. At day's end, review accomplishments and gaps. Adjust systems, priorities, and scheduling for tomorrow. Continuous refinement ensures compounding effectiveness. Focus is a muscle. Exercise it daily. Strength grows with discipline, patience, and consistency. The more you concentrate, the more leverage you gain over time. Resist temptation to react to noise. Social media, emails, and unsolicited opinions dilute attention. Commit to purposeful engagement. Your results deserve undivided focus. Deep work creates mastery. Extended periods of concentrated effort build expertise faster than sporadic effort. Prioritize challenges that require your full cognitive power. Momentum in deep work accelerates skill, creativity, and influence. High performers are intentional. Every action has direction. Every decision aligns with objectives. Randomness produces mediocrity. Focus produces dominance. End your day with preparation. Set objectives for tomorrow before distractions arise. Clarity at night enables rapid execution in the morning. Momentum carries forward when planning precedes action. Chapter 9. From Execution to Influence, Turning Work into Legacy. Action alone is not enough. Results remain isolated unless leveraged. Influence transforms effort into impact. Every decision, every task, every conversation matters. Small actions ripple outward. Consistency builds reputation. Reputation shapes opportunity. Influence begins with mastery of self. Control over emotions, focus, and time translates into credibility. People follow those who lead internally first. Authority is earned through discipline, not title. Execution earns attention. Attention creates trust. Trust unlocks influence. Without results, words are empty. Your work must produce value. Focus on contribution, not applause. Influence is not claimed. It is earned. The silent achiever shapes outcomes without fanfare. Intentionality multiplies impact. Every task should advance long-term objectives. Avoid distraction that dilutes effort. Align actions with vision consistently. Mentorship and guidance extend influence. Share knowledge without ego. Teach through example, not instruction alone. Leaders amplify effect by developing others. Networks are leverage. Relationships grow influence exponentially. Focus on meaningful connections, not quantity. Impact compounds when others succeed alongside you. Visibility follows results. Avoid the temptation to oversell or boast. Let output speak. Credibility rooted in achievement attracts opportunity. Legacy is built by decisions over time. One-off successes are forgotten. Consistent, high-value work defines how you are remembered. The sum of your actions writes your story. Ethics anchor influence. Integrity preserves authority. Compromise reduces leverage. Power without trust is fragile. Your communication must reinforce action. Speak with clarity, brevity, and purpose. Align words with deeds. Consistency between speech and behavior multiplies impact. Delegation magnifies influence. Focus on areas where your impact is highest. Empower others to execute with accountability. Systems extend reach beyond individual effort. Prioritize strategic initiatives. Not every task is transformative. Identify high-leverage work that changes outcomes. Execution of key projects shapes reputation and long-term influence. Feedback is a tool, not a threat. Seek input to improve systems, processes, and results. Correct course swiftly. Refinement strengthens legacy. Resilience sustains influence. Setbacks are inevitable. Recovery with focus demonstrates strength. Perseverance builds credibility far beyond talent alone. Decision-making defines authority. Act decisively with confidence and clarity. Indecision erodes trust and stalls momentum. Calculated risks expand reach and demonstrate leadership. Recognition is optional. Influence does not require applause. Impact is measured by change created, not attention received. Real power operates quietly but effectively. Consistency compounds influence. Repeated action builds reliability. Reliability breeds trust. Trust enables collaboration and extends reach. Strategic reflection converts effort into legacy. Regularly assess goals, outcomes, and alignment with values. Adjust systems to enhance long-term impact. Reflection ensures work builds enduring results. Boundaries protect influence. Overcommitment dilutes authority. Selective engagement maintains quality of contribution. Guard focus to maintain momentum and effectiveness. Innovation amplifies legacy. Challenge norms where it matters. Solutions that solve real problems create lasting impact. Influence grows when results change lives or systems. Lead by example, always. Your habits, decisions, and discipline inspire more than instructions. Consistency models standards for others to follow. Leadership begins with observable behavior, not words alone. Time management multiplies effect. Maximize high-value hours. Eliminate low-impact activities. Strategic allocation of effort accelerates influence. Influence is measured in outcomes, not effort. Track the changes you create. Assess impact continuously. Adjust to ensure energy is spent where it matters most. Self-awareness enhances authority. Know strengths, weaknesses, and triggers. Adapt approaches to maximize effectiveness. Influence grows when actions are intentional and aligned. Decision-making, consistency, and focus compound into legacy. Execution alone is insufficient. Combine mastery with strategic thinking to shape lasting outcomes. The sum of your actions determines the breadth and depth of your influence. Chapter 10. Endurance and Momentum. Performing at peak consistency. Energy alone does not sustain achievement. Momentum does. Small, deliberate actions compound over time. Your discipline today determines the output tomorrow. Consistency outperforms bursts of effort. Habits fuel endurance more than willpower ever could. Rest strategically. Recovery is part of the system, not weakness. Overextending erodes focus and capacity. Balanced effort creates long-term results. Momentum is built with daily wins. Every completed task adds kinetic energy to your progress. Cumulative effect creates unstoppable forward motion. Neglecting routine destroys potential before it manifests. Set measurable benchmarks. Track performance against standards. Adjust methods when outcomes fall short. Awareness ensures progress is intentional. Preparation precedes execution. Plan the day, prioritize objectives, and identify obstacles. Anticipate challenges. Preparedness sustains action under pressure. Emotional endurance is critical. Expect frustration, fatigue, and distraction. Respond deliberately, not reactively. Control over self prevents momentum collapse. Discipline compounds results. Actions repeated consistently outperform sporadic excellence. Small improvements daily yield massive gains annually. Micro-adjustments maintain forward velocity. High performers manage focus rigorously. Eliminate attention leaks. Avoid multitasking that dilutes energy. Concentration drives both speed and quality. Mental toughness is forged under stress. Stress tests habits, patience, and persistence. Those who endure develop immunity to distraction and fatigue. Resilience separates temporary effort from lasting achievement. Celebrate progress silently. Recognition is optional. Acknowledgement from others is irrelevant to performance. Internal metrics maintain momentum, not external validation. Accountability accelerates consistency. Track commitments. Review outcomes regularly. Holding yourself responsible eliminates wasted energy and fosters reliability. Recovery routines reinforce performance. Sleep, nutrition, and mental reset amplify endurance. Neglecting recovery undermines effort. High performance is a function of both work and rest. Adaptability sustains momentum. Conditions change. Unexpected obstacles arise. Flexibility ensures action continues despite disruptions. Rhythms create predictability. Establish daily rituals that prime energy and focus. Routines eliminate decision fatigue. Consistency thrives in structured frameworks. Momentum is transferable. Flow in one area of life strengthens others. Physical, mental, and emotional energy feed each other. Integrated effort multiplies outcomes. Time is finite. Use it deliberately. Disperse energy on high-impact objectives, not minor distractions. Efficiency amplifies endurance. Visualization reinforces execution. See the outcome before acting. Mental rehearsal reduces mistakes. Clarity of vision sustains focus under fatigue. Long-term consistency beats short-term brilliance. Sporadic peaks create temporary results. Sustained effort builds lasting impact. Endurance defines careers and legacies. Motivation is unreliable. Routine is dependable. Do the work even when enthusiasm wanes. Discipline keeps momentum alive. Action feeds energy, not the other way around. Momentum requires forward thinking. Anticipate future demands. Sequence tasks to maintain flow. Strategic planning prevents stalling and burnout. Self-talk drives performance. Internal dialogue must reinforce capability and commitment. Negative narratives drain energy. Positive, assertive language sustains momentum through challenges. Measure output, not effort. Effort without result is wasted motion. Track measurable progress to ensure energy translates into outcomes. Adjust methods when necessary. Sustained action demands attention to health. Physical fitness supports mental clarity. Nutrition fuels focus. Recovery enables consistent effort under pressure. Collaboration magnifies momentum. Align with reliable, disciplined partners. Shared focus multiplies productivity. Accountable teams accelerate results beyond individual effort. Focus on one high-impact action at a time. Scattered attention diminishes speed and quality. Deep work creates breakthroughs. Momentum is strongest when concentration is undiluted. Endurance develops over time, not overnight. Daily commitment to excellence compounds silently. Patience is an engine. Persistence is the fuel. Relentless consistency yields unstoppable results. Evaluate periodically to refine systems. Feedback loops prevent stagnation. Continuous improvement sustains energy and direction. Refinement converts effort into unstoppable forward motion. Momentum is fragile but recoverable. Your mornings are not just hours. They are the battlefield where your success is decided. If you win your morning, the day obeys you. If you lose it, the day controls you, and your dreams die quietly. This audiobook will show you exactly how to dominate your mornings. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. By the time you finish listening, you will know how to start right, act fast, and win consistently. Your life is waiting. Your morning is waiting. Are you ready to take control? Chapter 1. Win the first hour. The first hour after waking defines your day. It sets the emotional tone. It shapes your focus. It builds mental toughness. You have a choice. Most people drift. They scroll. They check messages. They negotiate with time. They surrender the first battle. You do not. You rise. You move. You dominate your first hour. Win the first hour, and the day has no choice but to follow. This is not theory. This is practice. The first hour is training. Meditation clears noise from your mind. Journaling captures thoughts before they scatter. Planning organizes priorities and prevents chaos. Each action is a deliberate strike against distraction. Without structure, your mind wanders. Without control, emotion rules. Without clarity, decisions fail. You have a choice. Seize control. Lead your internal state. The day bends to those who start strong. Begin with stillness. Meditate. Focus on breathing. Observe thoughts, but do not chase them. Label feelings without judgment. Anger, anxiety, excitement, curiosity. Name them. Release them. Your mind calms. Your energy organizes. Next, reflect. Open a journal. Write without censoring. What are your goals today? Which problems require immediate action? Which tasks are distractions disguised as importance? Clarity emerges when you write. Confusion disappears when you define priorities. Then, plan. List the critical tasks. Decide the order. Block time for deep work. Guard it fiercely. The first hour is preparation. It is sharpening the tools before the fight. Energy fuels focus. Hydrate. Move. Stretch. Wake your body. Your brain follows the body. Momentum builds physically and mentally. Resist temptation. Phones. Social media. Emails. The world is not urgent yet. Your mind is sacred ground. Protect it. You don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need to react to every alert. Action compounds. By the end of the first hour, small wins accumulate. You've meditated. You've clarified. You've planned. You've activated energy. Your mind is sharp. Your focus is anchored. Your day has direction. Notice how the difference feels. Others are reactive. Scrolling endlessly. Responding emotionally. Drifting. You are proactive. Every decision, every step, is intentional. The first hour trains emotional resilience. Stress encounters arise later in the day. If your morning is chaotic, stress controls you. If your first hour is structured, stress bends to you. You have a choice. Repetition builds mastery. Win the first hour, and the day has no choice but to follow. Repeat this daily. Turn this practice into habit. Your mental strength compounds. Your focus sharpens. Your clarity becomes a shield. Preparation eliminates indecision. Decision fatigue is natural. It creeps in when you drift. It attacks those who delay structure. The first hour is armor. Your mental tools are ready before the world demands attention. Be ruthless with time. Each moment counts. Your energy is limited. Guard it. Invest it in clarity and high-value action. You have a choice. Protect your hours. Own your mind. Lead your energy. Mental toughness grows in stillness and focus. Emotion becomes manageable. Impulse yields to intention. Stress becomes fuel. Distraction dissolves. The first hour shapes these outcomes. Momentum is invisible but tangible. Small early actions ripple outward. Completing meditation, journaling, and planning sets a pattern. Your brain expects competence. Your body anticipates action. You feel in control. You act decisively. Without this, chaos infiltrates. The day dictates your mood. External events command your energy. You react instead of respond. You drift. You waste effort. Structure allows ownership. Morning rituals establish dominance over time. Meditation for focus. Journaling for awareness. Planning for strategy. Movement for energy. All converge to create clarity. Remember, the world is reactive. Emails, messages, notifications, demands, they do not wait. If you are unprepared, they dictate your day. If you are prepared, you direct the flow. You have a choice. Execution is a mindset. The first hour is action. Not perfection. Action first. Reflection second. Momentum grows with each completed step. Confidence compounds. Clarity multiplies. When distractions arise later, you resist. You are anchored. Emotion does not hijack your decisions. Impulse does not overpower your intent. Your day unfolds by design. Win the first hour. Win internally. Win emotionally. Win physically. Your focus radiates. Your energy is abundant. Your decisions are precise. The first hour is not just preparation. It is transformation. It molds habits, reinforces discipline, and builds resilience. Every high performer practices this. Every successful day begins here. You have a choice. Seize it. Chapter 2. Own your morning. Wake up. No excuses. No delay. The moment your alarm rings, you decide. You have a choice. Get out of bed, or stay under the covers. Let the day slip through your fingers. Every second matters. Every moment wasted is momentum stolen. You can choose. That is power. That is freedom. Most people hit snooze. They delay action. They surrender the first victory. A tiny act, yet it sets the tone for the day. You don't need permission to seize your morning. The bed does not control you. The clock does not control you. Your decisions do. You have a choice. The early hour is leverage. It is space to think, plan, and act. The quiet before sunrise is a battlefield. Winners prepare. Losers linger. Stand. Move. Begin. One step, one choice, one breath at a time. Momentum starts here. Snoozing is weakness. Disguised as self-care. Waking is discipline. Disguised as freedom. Every successful person understands this truth. They rise, not when they feel ready. They rise because action is required. You don't wake because you are inspired. You wake. Inspiration follows. You have a choice. Your morning sets the standard. Let it be control. Let it be clarity. One intentional act. Get out of bed. Stretch. Hydrate. Move. Conquer resistance. Momentum compounds. Each deliberate step fuels the next. Each refusal to linger multiplies power. Stop thinking. Stop rationalizing. Stop negotiating. Excuses are distractions. Discipline over feelings. Action over hesitation. That is how the day is won. You have a choice. Decide immediately. Structure your morning. Don't drift. Identify one priority. Attack it relentlessly. Use the quiet to build and plan. No one else has this advantage. Those who rise early harness it. Your choice dictates your result. Fuel your body. Stretch. Walk. Push. The first resistance is physical. Overcome it. The mind follows. Energy breeds energy. Clarity follows movement. Small, intentional acts create momentum.